សូមក្រាបថ្វាយបង្គំសម្ដេចព្រះមហាសង្ឃរាជទាំងពីរគណៈជាទីគោរពសក្ការៈសូមក្រាបថ្វាយបង្គំសម្ដេចព្រះសង្ឃយុសម្ដេចព្រះសង្ឃយុរងសម្ដេចព្រះជាគណៈប្រតិរន្តរៈគ្រប់ព្រះអង្គជាទីគោរពសក្ការៈសូមចម្រើនពរសម្ដេចទ្រង់ឯកឧត្តមលោកជំទាវអស់លោកស្រីញាតិញោមសាធុសប្បុរសប្រុសស្រីមិត្តក្នុងបណ្ដាញ Facebook ទាំងអស់ដោយសេចក្តីស្រឡាញ់រាប់អានដ៏ជ្រាលជ្រៅក្នុងព្រះធម៌ My deep respect to dear holinesses, the Sangharajas of Cambodia, and my respect to the most venerable monks, dear lay devotees, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Today, welcome back to the program studying Buddhism and philosophy in English or through English. This is live from Mongol One Temple, Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Today I have changed to the page. It's my own page as a part of the account. So I use the page to teach this program. So please, if you like the program, you can switch to the page. Okay, no page on. Yeah? Okay. No, okay. Khuyên chứ mày phê chẳng hả rất cười như thế rất cười không theo mình chia cả để anh ấy lớp hết có đừng cười anh ấy lớp hết có chành ăn thế mày ta này nó khơi nữa này này cái màu khơi cái like lại còn thấy dương mưa bên khơi nó share mấy cái này khơi này cái share like này yên ai share bạn này khơi này cái share mấy cái này yên ai share bạn นี่เคยมันยังทำไมวิชู party watch party right post into group no แบบนี้ไม่เคยมา Hey, sorry, there's some technical problems, but it seems now it appears. Now, today's topic is the Buddha's teaching on family economy. ការបង្រៀនរបស់ព្រះពុទ្ធស្ដីពីសេដ្ឋកិច្ចគ្រួសារ In fact, the topic should be Buddhist teaching or the Buddha's teaching on economy, but I emphasize that this family economy, សេដ្ឋកិច្ចគ្រួសារ That's I will use this and also may expand into the general economy. But now let's look at this topic because it's more about the family affairs. As you all know, economy is the word very popularly used now, especially in modern time. Economy is the word we use here is in Khmer is សេដ្ឋកិច្ច so it's from this is from Pali word in Sanskrit is sretakit kitya, but this is more is from Pali setakit. Seta means here the Pali words mean prasar, excellent. So excellent things, excellent affairs, kitcha. So the Khmer language seems to refer to economy as excellent affairs or excellent things. So it shows that economy is so important in our life, in our family, our community, our society, and in our country or in the whole world. That's why this, the word indicates, it seta means excellent, prasar. So economy is from Greek word. So welcome you all to the program, and sorry yesterday I could not conduct the program because I was so busy, and today also a little bit late, not a little bit late. I was supposed to start at 8, now it's almost 9 I started. So the economy is The word economy is from the Greek word oikos. From the Greek word is oikos. Which means household. So here the definition is from the Greek origin or from ein mai mean manage. It's an area of the production, distribution and trade, as well as consumption of goods and services. So it's from this two. Another one is venomai plus the Greek word is I'll spell according to what the definition is. Here is how to write in Greek. Something like this, which means manage. So here these two words means to manage the household affairs. So economy in the Greek language oikos venomai means to manage household affairs. So it's come close to family economy, according to this origin from the Greek language. So now the family economy is it's related to the family economy is a term we use to describe products, goods and services mostly produced in the home and where the workforce consists of family members. It is the most basic but most hidden element of the pre-industrial community. So the family economy refers to the products, goods and services produced in the home and the workforce is from the family members. The workforce is from family members. So that's called family economy. Yeah? Refers to products, goods, and services mostly produced produced in the home and where the workforce consists of family members. This is the definition of family economy. It's the term used to describe the products, goods, and services mostly produced in the home and where the workforce consists of family members. Yeah. If you have any comment or questions, you may write in the box because I also can see. So in Khmer language សេដ្ឋកិច្ចគ្រួសារក្នុងនិយមន័យភាសាអង់គ្លេស family economy ហ្នឹងគឺជាពាក្យមកមួយ clear ដែលគេប្រើសម្រាប់អត្ថាធិប្បាយសម្រាប់បរិយាយនៅផលិតផលនិងអីវ៉ាន់និងសេវាដែលបង្កើតឡើងនៅក្នុងគេហដ្ឋានហើយដែលកម្លាំងការងារគឺជាសមាជិកគ្រួសារ But this is the definition for the English phrase family economy. The Buddha's teaching now comes to the Buddha's teaching. The Buddha's teachings, when refers to economy, it's mostly about the family and individual. Because as you know, family is the most fundamental unit in the society, and in the sense of the Buddha's teaching, when a family is happy, prosperous, and all family are happy and prosperous, the community will be happy and prosperous. So is the society and the country and the world at large. So that's why the Buddha focused mostly on individual and family. Family is the most fundamental unit in the society. So talking about economy, it's very important for each and every person, for family, for community, for society, for the country, for the world. As now we live in the modern world, economy is more complicated, more subtle, and there's a lot of things, a lot of affairs there. There's business, there's kind of trade and commerce and so on. But in the ancient time, economy was so basic and not so much complicated as such, and it was not the intention of the Buddha to teach much about economy, about the country's economy, about the world economy. So, but there's some references in the Buddha's teaching to economy as a whole, but to individual and family economy in particular. Now, talking about economy, the Buddha stressed that when a person has nothing to eat, he's hungry, and the Buddha says that hunger is the most painful disease. Chikacha Parma. Parma Roga. Yeah, this Romanized Pali, Chikacha Parma Roga. Then Khmer Pali, Chikacha Parma Rogia. Hunger, Chikacha is hunger. Is Parma mean the great, but here for disease, this is not great. So we say the most painful, this is the severest, we may say. Yeah. សេចក្តីឃ្លានគឺជារោគដ៏ក្រៃលែង is Yeah. In Khmer, we says សេចក្តីឃ្លានគឺជារោគដ៏ក្រៃលែង In English, hunger is the severest disease or the greatest disease or the most painful disease. Yeah, welcome Supani Supek Sok Yol Tek Sedap Ongle Ban Kla. Yeah, you can improve. You can learn English as well. Janta T. I usually watch you. Thank you. So now let's come back. Hunger is the severest disease. The Buddha say, Chikacha Parma Roga. What the significance of this is that the Buddha understands very well that when a person is hungry, he can do nothing. He can do no good. When a person is hungry, yeah, when a person is hungry, he can do no good. Couldn't do it, sorry.នៅពេលមនុស្សឃ្លានគឺមនុស្សមិនអាចធ្វើសេចក្តីល្អបានទេ In Khmer. When you hungry, you have no temperament, no good mind to do any good things, and you get angry very quickly, and what we call irritating. Yeah, irritating is the easily to get angry. So when you hungry, the first thing is before you think of any good things or of doing any good things, you have to eat first. That's why the Buddha never teaches a hungry person. In the entire life of the Buddha never teaches a hungry person. The most striking example is when Patachara came to the Buddha did not teach Patachara immediately, because Patachara was so hungry, she had not taken food for many days, and he was always chased away by people. So what the Buddha did was the Buddha asked people close by to give food to Patachara, and only after Patachara had taken food, the Buddha taught her. That's a good example of how when a hungry person cannot understand the Dhamma. And in life as well, that if you're always hungry, you have nothing to eat, then no point to teach the Dhamma. And that person cannot do any good. It would be no exaggeration to say that he only knows how to steal, rob, or to loot, for his stomach. So we need to know this as well, and need to understand the importance of killing the hunger, or of getting rid of hunger. Otherwise, we cannot teach the Dhamma, and the hungry people cannot understand the Dhamma. That's the point. So the Buddhas already say that Jikacha Parma Roga, Jikacha Parma Rogya, hunger is the severest disease, the most painful disease. Now, you see, it's related to family, economy, and this hunger. How it's related? What is the most important to the Buddha was that each and every members of the family had to be well fed, had to have enough to eat, so that they won't have hunger, and they can do some good things. They can learn the Dhamma, they can listen to the Dhamma, or to the Buddha's preaching, the Buddha's teaching, and they can understand it when they have when their stomach is filled. Otherwise, when with empty stomach, empty head, no brain to understand anything. So this is how the second point, that hunger is the severest disease. So we need to know that living in society, we need to teach things which are conducive to have at least decent living, have something to eat, have thing to make their life continue. Otherwise, there's no point to teach any Dhamma, or no point to give them any education. So we need to help, we need to join with the authorities, the government, to at least reduce the poverty and hunger, reduce poverty and hunger, what is called now poverty alleviation, but at least poverty reduction. So reduce the poverty and also to do away with hunger. As long as hunger is there, it's very difficult for the people to behave well or to understand any Dharma. So this is very important point taught by the Buddha that we have to remember. Chikacha Paramaroga. Now, we understand the severeness or the severity of hunger in our life, in our community, as well as in our country, in the world. That hunger is the most difficult things or the severest disease for all people. So we need to help the people, especially the authorities, the government, including local governments, need to have some strategies, and especially to try to reduce poverty and hunger. The government has been very successful in these matters, but now in the COVID pandemic, more and more people have lost job in the whole world, not only in Cambodia, and they have lost their incomes, no incomes to survive. So this is very difficult. So if this kind of things going on for longer, then people will have nothing to eat, then they will resort to stealing, robbing, looting, as what has been happening in the US right now. Now, for this, for people to have things to eat or to have basic things to survive, then they need to have jobs and ways of earning income. So job creation, creating job is very important, and also they need to have certain ways of earning by, for example, at least cultivating crops, agriculture. Our country is known as agriculture-based country. So we need to empower the farmers in all crops to produce more and more so that they can have their incomes and they have things to eat and can reduce poverty and do away with hunger. Now, there are many jobs encouraged by the Buddha, and certain jobs or certain profession discouraged by the Buddha. I will talk about that later in the next session, but now let's come to the third point, the division of wealth. What's right bang? Thoai mangkum pi jamngai. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Tiep Samnang, zero hunger is the first goal in Sustainable Development Goals 2030. Yes, this is one of the goals set by the United Nations, UNDP, but still a long way to go. Tiep Samnang ប្រធានបទថ្ងៃនេះពិតជាល្អណាស់ Thank you. Now the division of wealth. Cáបែងចែកទ្រព្យការចំណាយទ្រព្យបញ្ចូលទឹកហើយមិញអានេះទឹកនៅប៉ុន្តែអត់សូវចង់ដិតទេហ្នឹងមិញThe Buddha basically teaches the people, particularly his followers, to have a decent life. Decent life means have very good but simple life. So not to be extravagant, not to be pompous, pompous, meaning that, high rise, but no value. That's the goal of the Buddha. So he encourages the people to live simple but meaningful life. The Buddha said that Santutti he praised or he encourages the people to be contented in their life and to live simple but meaningful life. Simple but meaningful life. This is very important phrase here. Remember, Sovanratana, simplicity. Simplicity. This is the concept encouraged by the Buddha, Sovanratana. So, simplicity is the best life. Simplicity is the best. You don't need to be pompous, don't need to be so much high rise and extravagant, no? And not so much show off, no? But simplicity, simple but meaningful life. Simplicity is the best. Can you explain me about how to increase family economy during COVID-19? Yeah, if have time, we'll come to that. But let's go step by step here. Sovanratana is a concept taught by the Buddha for us to lead our life, and it is mentioned in the Metta Sutta, teaching on loving kindness or discourse on loving kindness. It's very important. As Buddhists, we need to lead simple but meaningful life. As Buddhists, I repeat, we need to lead a simple but meaningful life. Now, the big question is, This is one of the big question with regard to Buddhism and economy. Did the Buddha teach us to have wealth limit? ថាតើព្រះពុទ្ធបង្រៀនឲ្យយើងកំណត់ទ្រព្យធនរបស់យើងឬទេមានន័យថាកុំឲ្យចង់បានច្រើនកុំឲ្យមានច្រើននរណាអាចឆ្លើយបាន Who can answer? Did the Buddha teach us to have wealth limit? And if yes, please give reason. And if no, please give reason. Just think about it. Whether the Buddha teaches us to have wealth limit, that oh, this much enough, don't earn more. With regard to thisតើព្រះពុទ្ធបង្រៀនឲ្យយើងមានព្រំដែនកំណត់ក្នុងការរកទ្រព្យដែរឬទេ Did the Buddha teach us to have wealth limit? Please think about it and give your answer. This question has been raised by many authors, many scholars, and still the debate is going on. Yes, I do believe that the Buddha taught about such point, but I don't know in which reader. ទៀបសំណាង Thank you for answer anyway. So and some scholars, authors or writers says that based on certain evidences in the discourses or in the sutras, they said the Buddha teaches us not to expand our wealth much, meaning not to have more wealth. But some people are against it. So this is the point. I will come back to this after seeing your answers, some of your answers at least. Yeah, សុភ័ក្រសុខអត់ទេតែបង្រៀនយើងឲ្យចេះគ្រប់គ្រងទ្រព្យ Yeah, thank you for your opinion. Khon Thường. No, I think the Buddha taught us to respect each other's life. Yeah, that's about life. But what about wealth? Now, let's go to the wealth division. I'll keep this question and we'll come back to the last point, to the last part of the session. The most famous teaching of the Buddha on division of wealth is found in the Digha Nikaya text, especially in the Sigalovada Sutta, or on the discourse on advice to Sigala on the division of wealth. And wealth, now in modern sense, in the modern time, we know that the book by Adam Smith about the wealth, I have that book and I have read it and some other book as well. That's very good. What is the proper name of the book? Is Wealth on Wealth, a division of wealth, or what? Yeah, I have books, but somewhere. But now let's come back to the Buddha's teaching on division of wealth. Yeah, the wealth of the nation. Yeah, the wealth of nation. Thank you, Tiep Samnang. Adam Smith. This modern economy, but see, this is very basic on the division of wealth for individual and family. In this discourse or sutta, the Buddha asked us to divide wealth into 4 portions. So the division of wealth into 4 portions. Yeah, wealth should be divided into 4 portions. When we earn, we receive the money or income, it should be divided into 4 portions according to the teaching of the Buddha. The number 1 is AK na phoke phuncheya. AK phoke phuncheya. Yeah, AK na phoke phuncheya. One portion for consumption, yeah. 1 portion for consumption, for eating, drinking, and so on. មួយចំណែកសម្រាប់បរិភោគ Yeah, 1 portion for consumption. Number 2, and 3, 2 and 3 together. Dvihi kamang payochaye. The number 1, AK Poke Punchaya, 1 portion for consumption, for eating, drinking, for clothes, and so on. This is important in the kind of dividing, that you need to know how much one portion divided for consumption, and this is one portion. Then 2 and 3 portion, meaning half. 2 and 3 portion is two portion two portion are invested in business. ពីរចំណែកគឺត្រូវវិនិយោគកម្មងប្រយោជយេគឺត្រូវវិនិយោគក្នុងអាជីពក្នុងពាណិជ្ជកម្ម This is so important here that we have to take note of this. You see, for consumption only one portion, but 2 portion are invested, should be invested in business. Why? For further growth, for the expansion of your business, of your company, of your industry. So the Buddha taught us that 2 portions should be kept for expanding the business. Should have to do more investment. See, I'll come to say example, but now the fourth is Chatuthampi Nidapiya Adapasu Pavisati. Chatuthampi Nidapiya Apadasu Bhavisati. Chatuthampi Nidhapiya Apadasu Bhavisati. អានបល័យខ្មែរចតុធម្មពេនិធាបយៈអាបតសុភវិសតិ Fourth portion should be reserved for time of distress. or for rainy day the fourth portion should be reserved for the time of distress or for the time of difficulties apadasu bhavisate. So now this is the four portions. One, this is 3 and 2, and then 4. Here you see. Now I'll take off this and for example, you have 100%, 500. For example, $100. Okay. Then $25 for consumption. $25 សម្រាប់បរិភោគ$50 for investment and for $25 reserve for rainy days, for time of distress. I use rainy day for time of difficulties. So here you see $100 is divided into 4 portions. $25 for consumption for their daily life, $50 for further investment ធ្វើនេះសម្រាប់ហូបចុកស្លៀកពាក់ប្រចាំថ្ងៃ$50សម្រាប់ធ្វើចំនួនវិនិយោគបន្តទៀបសំណាង for business 3 and 4 portions of wealth. Yes, sure. $50 for further investment ណា$50សម្រាប់ការវិនិយោគឬជំរុញនៅអាជីវកម្មរបស់ខ្លួនបន្ថែម$25 for rainy day or for time of distress សម្រាប់$25ទៀតគឺយើងរក្សាទុកពេលឈឺថ្កាត់ណាពេលមានវិបត្តិផ្សេងហ្នឹងយើងអាចនិយាយថាជាថវិកាបំរុងក្រៅអំពីការចាយវាយនេះចាយវាយផ្សេងចាយវាយប្រចាំថ្ងៃ25% 50% សម្រាប់ធ្វើជំរុញជំនួញនិងបង្កើនបន្ថែមអាជីវកម្ម 25% ទៀតគឺសម្រាប់ពេលមានអាសន្នអន់ក្រណា for rainy day វាមានអក្សរអនក្រ see the if we use in now for example this is the money we have or the wealth we have so this yeah my circle is not so good but here for example this consumption this for distress or time of reserve this investment so see this whole wealth yeah it can be like this see for example this the wealth in the circle here you have then this portion 25% for consumption 50% this half for further investment and this 25% or a quarter for time of difficulties or time of distress this should be reserved and see this 25% for consumption also will be divided into 5 more it should be divided into this out of this 25% you should divide it into 5 categories as such you use the now I erase all because here now this is good Pali term because this is original the eke na phoke puncheya tvi kamang payochaye chatuthancha nidhapiya apadasu bhavisati no when I was a student I memorized all this because teachers asked us to do it or I was so much interested in these stanzas or this Buddha Vachana from the Tripitaka so we memorize it I memorized it and we remembered from the time I was student about 25 years ago when I was in Sri Lanka eke phoke puncheya tvi kamang payochaye chatuthampa chatuthampi nidhapiya apadasu bhavisati ហ្នឹងគឺណាយើងត្រូវទិញចាំអញ្ចឹងកាលខ្ញុំអាត្មានៅជានិស្សិតនៅប្រទេសស្រីលង្កាទិញចាំអញ្ចឹងពេលប្រឡងពេលអីហើយជាគាថារបស់ព្រះពុទ្ធជាពុទ្ធវចនៈចឹងហើយយើងចងចាំក៏ល្អ Now, the problem is if we don't have enough money to divide, how can we divide into 4 portions? This is a big challenge or big question. Some people argue that if we don't have, for example, if we don't have $100, how can we divide into 4 portions? Nè, miền nè khá có chào chia sầm nụ láng tha cho bây giờ ọt miền lôi cướp quan sầmรับ បែងចែក ជា 4 ចំណាយ ឧទាហរណ៍ថាយើងគ្មាន $100 សម្រាប់ បែងចែក ផងយើងទៅធ្វើម៉េចទៅ Yeah, this is one of the big questions raised by people. So the Buddha teaches us in this way to divide wealth or an earning into 4 portions. But if we don't have enough earning or we don't have enough money to divide into 4, we just live from hand to mouth, as we say. To live from hand to mouth មានព្រឹកខ្វះល្ងាច How can you divide? So who can answer? If we look at this, for those who have good just enough income, it's easily for them to divide into 4 portions. But if you don't have enough income or enough money, how can you divide? And if you, especially you have just you live from hand to mouth, just enough for only 1 meal, no money to save. Now let's look at this a little bit more before we wind up and we continue. This is a big, very vast topic that we need to discuss and we need to learn a lot here. We'll have 2, 3 or 4 sessions on this topic. The Buddha's teaching on economy. We'll expand into not only family economy but also the national economy or economy of the country and economy at large. Let's try to dig out or try to explore the Buddha's teaching and how can we apply to economy in larger picture, especially national economy or economy of the country or economy of the world. But now let's see the important the Buddha stresses is that here half of your income should be spent for further investment ណាចំណុចตรงនេះចង់បញ្ជាក់ថាពុទ្ធមានការផ្ដោតខ្លាំងថាទ្រព្យសម្បត្តិឬថវិកាចំនួនពាក់កណ្ដាលរបស់យើងត្រូវតែចំណាយទៅលើការធ្វើវិនិយោគបន្ថែមជំរុញអាជីវកម្មពាណិជ្ជកម្មរបស់ខ្លួនឲ្យកាន់តែរីកធំឡើងនិងធ្វើមានដំណើរការល្អនេះជាចំណុចគួរឲ្យចាប់អារម្មណ៍ So for this point it's very interesting to keenly note that the Buddha stresses the further investment for the expansion of business or industry or company. So that's very remarkable, for a teacher like the Buddha. See, it means that we out of the 100, almost 75% are kept, 75% are kept, see, 50 plus 25, 75% are kept. Only when we need to spend only 25%. So out of $100 we spend on our daily life $25. And whereas $75 we can say this is for kind of a reserve to when we keep. So for the reserve you can say that you can deposit in the bank. For example, if you have $1,000, then 250 for your consumption, 500 for the investment, and 250 you can deposit in the bank. This is one way of reserve the money for keeping the money safe and you don't spend because it's in the bank. It's difficult to go to the bank and you don't have time, and the money is outside from you, so you don't spend easily. It's in the bank. So the one way to keep to reserve for time of distress or for rainy day now in a modern time is to deposit the money in the bank. This is very good way. The old way of keeping money, just you keep in your pillow case, or sometimes you keep in a box, and sometimes you keep in some kind of animals where you can save your money. That's the old ways of saving money. But now this you can easily deposit in the bank, especially for lay people. Depositing in money in the bank is very safe and also can generate some interest. You can also get some money by depositing money in the bank. So this is easily, and investment you need to be very careful as well. And of course when your business is going well, it's easy and it's very good to expand it, to invest more. But for person who want the business start up, you have to be very careful, study the market well, have consultation with specialists and so on, and see what areas that you need to invest your money, in which field, and you have the skills and capacity to do it or not. Many more things for you to think about. But if you have surplus money, it's easy. You just deposit in the bank for this portion. So now back to this point before I finish this session. How can we do if we don't have money? I remember one of my professors when I was a student in Sri Lanka. He said that how small it is, you have to save it. Some portion of the income or of the money, you have to save it. How difficult it is, it doesn't matter. See, it's easier said than done. និយាយស្រួលធ្វើលំបាកប៉ុន្តែលោកថាគឺទៅបីលុយហ្នឹងចំណូលហ្នឹងតិចតួចយ៉ាងណាក៏ដោយត្រូវតែមិនត្រូវចាយហួសដែនកំណត់ទេត្រូវតែចាយក្នុងកម្រិតមួយដែលយើងអាចរក្សាទុកបានខ្លះសម្រាប់For the Buddha, if someone uses all his income without saving or even overuse his income, it's like a person who eat the fig fruits, Sovanratana. And the Buddha says that Sovanratana vayang kula putto bhoge khadati សម្រាប់បុគ្គលដែលមានប្រាក់ចំណូលតិចទៅហើយចាយវាយទាំងអស់ឬក៏ចាយវាយលើសប្រាក់ចំណូលនឹងប្រពុតបានប្រៀបផ្ទឹមបុគ្គលនឹងថាទៅនឹងបុគ្គលដែលហូបផ្លែល្វាណាទុំបរៈខាតកៈហ្នឹងគឺអ្នកដែលហូបផ្លែល្វាយ៉ាងម៉េចគឺថាបុគ្គលនេះមិនបេះផ្លែមួយពីរទេទៅរួនដើមល្វាហ្នឹង ឲ្យធ្លាក់ផ្លែទាំងអស់ហើយរើសតែមួយពីរហូបប៉ុន្តែផ្លែល្វាធ្លាក់ទាំងអស់អត់មានទុកអីមានសល់នៅលើដើមទុកពេលក្រោយទេអញ្ចឹងបុគ្គលហ្នឹងគឺបុគ្គលនិយាយពាក្យសាមញ្ញថាបុគ្គលយើងហៅថាបុគ្គលអត្តប្រយោជន៍បុគ្គលចោលម្សៀតណាបុគ្គលចោលម្សៀតអត់ត្រូវការហូបអីប្រមាណនេះប៉ុន្តែទៅរួនដើមល្វាហ្នឹងធ្លាក់ផ្លែទាំងអស់យ៉ាងទៅតែខ្លួនរើសយកតែមួយពីរហូបប៉ុណ្ណឹងអត់បានរក្សាទុក so now back to this how much difficult you need to live with the income you have and need to be able to save. If you cannot invest immediately, but at least you should be able to save some money. Don't just live from day to day and nothing to save. In this sense, if you have only small money, but you need to be able to save some amount. How small it is, it doesn't matter. But you need to be able to save and spend some amount, not all or overspend your income. This is the point. So how difficult, no matter how difficult it is, but you should be able to save some amount of your income. Don't spend all or don't overspend it. The people, some people overspend their income. This is dangerous. And they borrow sometimes money from the bank and they just spend for their living, but when the time to pay the interest comes, they don't have the ability to pay, no money to pay back, and then the interest will become the capital, and all will increase, double, triple, quadruple. So this is not the life you should look for. Have to be good at managing your income. So let's keep the question I posed earlier for the next session, that did the Buddha teach us to have wealth limit? Yeah, this is question for you to think about, and we will discuss this point in the next session, and I'll try to give my opinion on this. តែនេះគឺជាសំណួរ សម្រាប់ពិចារណាហើយក៏នឹងលើកយកមកពិភាក្សានៅវគ្គក្រោយប្រធានបទក្រោយហើយខ្ញុំកណាអាត្មានឹងព្យាយាមផ្ដល់នៅគំនិតយោបល់របស់នៅការយល់ឃើញរបស់ខ្លួនដោយយោងតាមអ្វីដែលបានសិក្សាមកហើយនឹងការអានការសិក្សាអំពីពុទ្ធសាសនាតើព្រះពុទ្ធលោកបានកំណត់ឲ្យយើងមានព្រំដែនកំណត់ក្នុងការមានទ្រព្យសម្បត្តិដែរឬទេតើព្រះពុទ្ធបង្រៀនឲ្យយើងមានព្រំដែនកំណត់ក្នុងការមានទ្រព្យសម្បត្តិដែរឬទេ So with this I'll wind up the session. May you have good health, happiness and success in your life. Thank you so much for joining and watching this program.